Actually, in baseball, we also say batting lineup. Thank you for that very warm welcome. It's a genuine pleasure to join you at the AmCham Sri Lanka CEO Forum with leading American and Sri Lankan business voices and senior government officials shaping the next chapter of Sri Lanka's economic story. But let me begin by acknowledging Cyclone Ditwa, which made landfall 2 months ago, causing widespread devastation across the island. Behind every damaged road and flooded village, I'm very aware are families who have endured profound loss and uncertainty. We offer our heartfelt condolences to those who lost loved ones and stand in solidarity with all Sri Lankans continuing to rebuild. Recovery doesn't begin weeks later. It begins in the immediate hours after disaster strikes. What followed the cyclone showed how coordinated action between governments, militaries, and the private sector can not only save lives, but lay the groundwork for resilient economic recovery. We moved quickly to stand with Sri Lanka in tangible ways. Within 72 hours, the United States had approved an initial $2 million in humanitarian relief and doubled that number just 2 weeks later. We rapidly deployed 2 C-130s and Air Force logistics expertise, working alongside Sri Lankan military partners to deliver over 170,000 kilos of supplies to communities in need. AmCham quickly organized a funding drive with Red Cross to deliver crucial medicines, and we will continue to look for ways to support recovery and strengthen resilience in the months ahead. That response reflects how the United States, under President Trump's leadership, is sharpening its approach to foreign assistance with our partners. Catalytic, time-bound engagement that stabilizes critical sectors, supports local leadership, and creates conditions for durable economic growth. We are prioritizing assistance that multiplies impact and reinforces long-term resilience. American foreign policy today is grounded in a simple principle. It must make the United States safer, stronger, and more prosperous. Stability is the foundation for markets to function and for capital to move. The Sri Lankan government's efforts to strengthen the investment climate is critical to private capital, including American capital, can expand with confidence. You know the challenges: unpredictable regulations, bureaucratic barriers, inconsistent standards, and opaque procurement. But you're here because you see the opportunity, and so do we. American companies bring world-class tech, innovation, and transparency. They create high-quality jobs and integrate markets into resilient global supply chains. But American investment is disciplined. It flows where contracts are honored, regulations are predictable, and procurement is transparent. Where those conditions exist, opportunity follows. The Port of Colombo is a powerful example of how our economic interests converge. As South Asia's leading container transshipment hub, expansion plans will double capacity to 15 million containers by 2027. A stronger Port of Colombo means faster, more reliable supply chains for American manufacturers and consumers. It also reinforces Sri Lanka's role as a trusted, high-standard logistics hub at the center of the Indo-Pacific, a role that benefits the entire region. And our commercial relationship is not just a one-way street. The United States remains one of the world's most stable and dynamic markets. For the 13th consecutive year, global executives ranked us as the top destination for foreign direct investment. For Sri Lankan companies thinking ambitiously about growth, the United States is not just a market, it's a platform. Sri Lankan companies looking to grow have 2 powerful pathways to deepen engagements with the United States. First, by harnessing American exports. The advanced technologies, resilient energy systems, premium agricultural products, and digital infrastructure that give businesses a competitive edge in a rapidly evolving global economy. Second, by investing in the United States itself. For companies ready to scale, the United States is a launch pad. Through Select USA, our flagship investment promotion initiative, Sri Lankan firms can connect directly with state-level leaders, compare incentives, build supply chains, and position themselves inside the world's largest consumer economy. Together, trade and investment form a reinforcing cycle. American innovation powering Sri Lankan growth, and Sri Lankan enterprise creating jobs and opportunity in the United States. This is what a modern economic partnership looks like: practical, ambitious, and mutually beneficial. The United States is committed to expanding trade, opening markets for American exports, and championing private sector-led growth. When countries create transparent systems, strengthen rule of law, and create predictable regulatory environments, American businesses respond with investment, innovation, and long-term partnership. Here is my commitment for this embassy. We will advocate for fair, transparent, and competitive conditions for American companies. We will engage constructively with Sri Lankan authorities to address obstacles and unlock opportunity. And we will actively promote two-way trade and investment that delivers measurable results for both our economies. Rebuilding is not only about restoring what was lost. It is about constructing an economy that is modern, diversified, and grounded in fair and predictable rules. The next phase presents an opportunity to strengthen market institutions, anchor growth in sound fundamentals, and ensure that prosperity is durable and broad-based. Disciplined reform will position Sri Lanka as a reliable hub at the center of the Indian Ocean trade, a place where global supply chains converge and high standards prevail. I look forward to working with you to translate potential into progress and deliver results. You have this embassy team's full support. Let's make 2026 a year defined not just by partnership, but by performance. Thank you.